When the girl who friend zoned you finds out you are dating.
Once you're friend zoned, you're kind of stuck and you can get out. It's really hard to, especially from like a girl perspective. If you friend zone a guy, I almost think it's impossible to go the other way. Let me share a story. I've friend zoned a guy and I've never seen him again. And then I've also been really good friends with the guy and then started dating him. So let me share both stories. For the guy that I friend zoned, we were friends for such a long time and I knew that he liked me. And I told myself, I was like, you know, it's fun hanging out with him. Like, let's see what happens, kind of give it a go. And we were friends for probably 4 or 5 years or something like that.
Okay.
And I think it was like the first year we were friends, he tried to like be with me essentially, and I was like, let's give it a go. So I was like, fine, why not? We went on a date one night. There were these like beautiful Christmas lights everywhere and he never kissed me. Like, I was so annoyed. There was like this beautiful spot to kiss me and I was like, inside I was like, does this guy like me? Like, I thought like the day before he was being all flirty and stuff, and then I'm like, what? And we slept in the same bed too at night, and I'm like, what is going on? And he never kissed me. So I was just like, whatever. At that moment in time onward, I never had that idea of liking him romantically, because he kind of like ruined that one moment, that one opportunity. And then I was like, that's it. I know that sounds really stupid, but in my head I was like, that was the one shot, and it almost felt like being rejected, even though I didn't verbally tell him like kiss me. It was just like, if you felt it, then you should have just done it, you know? And if you didn't feel it, then maybe it was just meant to be. So that was the one example, and we were friends for like 4 or 5 years, and I basically just told him like we shouldn't be friends anymore because it's not fair to him, because he really likes me, and I didn't want to do that to him. So we are no longer even in contact.
Well, my first response to this is, why didn't she initiate? If she felt it was right and everything was great, the moment was great, what's wrong with girls initiating it? You know, the fact the guy didn't, everything got thrown out the window.
But obviously I wish him the best, but it's not fair to either of us. For the guy that I was really good friends with, and then started dating, this was actually all out of jealousy. So, and I'm gonna be so honest with you guys. So I was best friends with him. He liked me. I said, listen, no, we are best friends. Like, I don't want to do that. Then over the summertime, he goes and finds himself a girlfriend, comes back to school. This was like in college, and starts dating her. I got super jealous and annoyed because I'm like, where did my best friend go? Like, this isn't cool. Like, I'm your girl, what? And so then I had to tell him, I'm like, listen, I caught feelings for you, but I don't want to break up your relationship. Turns out he was still in love with me and didn't even like the girl. It was just like a prop, and he ended up dumping her for me. And then we started dating, but then he turned into probably more of an avoidant, I would say, but he started pulling away, and he was just like, this is too easy now. He just like gave up on the relationship. So I had to break up with him. And yeah. Story time.
This is a great example of why guys having girl best friends, it never works out. Someone likes someone, there's history together, there might be WAP in history, who knows, but it always ends in a train wreck. And she only got jealous when the guy moved on. We see this all the time, fellas. The moment you take your foot off the accelerator and put it on the brake a little bit, that's when you'll start to notice that they're interested in you all of a sudden. Getting in a relationship with someone who dumped their partner to be with you, that never works out. Sooner or later, they're going to dump you to be with the next person. Don't ever fall for that. So guys who have been friend zoned, there is a way out. Show interest in another girl, make it known, and then I guarantee the girl friend zoned you, all of a sudden she's saying, oh, can we meet up sometime? Always happens, man.
Guys are always like, Cammy, I don't understand how you move on from guys so quick. Like, how do you turn off your emotions like that? Guys, let me give you the secret, right? It's straight up delusion. Okay? A boy doesn't like you. He's not obsessed with you. He doesn't want to date you. You tell yourself that boy is literally mentally ill. Okay? Like,
What?
there is something wrong with him. The fact that he doesn't want to be with me, like, babe is not well in the head. He needs to get sent to rehab ASAP. Okay? And when you have this mentality, you literally move on from motherfucker so quick. Like, I'll literally be like, oh, he doesn't like me. He's literally not okay. He's like not well. Wish him the best, right? And then a couple hours later, you're out popping your pussy for the next man, shaking ass on anybody you can, and I promise you, you won't even think twice about that guy because he's literally not okay. He's not mentally right. He cannot be with you at a time like this. I promise you. You'll just forget about him, and yeah, it'll never hurt your feelings ever again.
Flipping hell, she's talking about people getting mentally ill who don't like her. I'm getting mentally ill watching her speak about this shit. It's always the guy's fault, innit? She's never thought for a second, oh, there's a problem with me. There could be an issue with me. Maybe I am not perfect the way I think I am. All these guys keep leaving. They don't see me the way I want them to. It's always the guy's problem, innit? Those guys are mentally ill. What? And then at the end, she's talking about, yeah, just go and whap any guy you can. I hope if I have kids, man, I have a son. Just for these reasons alone, you know?
You are a sexy man who is struggling with getting likes and matches on him. Like, you're attractive, you're tall, you're interesting, like, you know yourself to be a worthwhile guy, but your dating apps are not reflecting. I just had a client go from 0 to hero. He was literally getting roses from attractive woman after making this one switch. I wish I was exaggerating. Literally one quick switch. I see this mistake all the time. It is one of the lessons I go over in my workshop, which you should really grab from the top of my page if you're trying to make.
Who's she paying to give these guys roses? I have never heard that in my life. I don't know what actor she's got on her payroll to be sending these guys roses. I have never heard of that in my life. Guys, have you ever had a girl send you roses? I'm detecting cap. I got cap detectors right here. I'm detecting it, but let's carry on.
The dating apps actually work for you. The pitfall that so many of you attractive men fall into is being overly fuckboy on your profile. Chances are you got to where you are in life right now in part due to your social awareness. But if all of your prompts are something you might have found on my page, it's not customized enough to your individual personality. Make sure you have at least one photo of you smiling, being a little bit silly even. And from your prompts, if I were to look at your profile, I used to offer profile reviews, not anymore, but if you want a chance at one, link in bio. I should be able to have a sense of who you are, what you like to do, and what you're looking for. Remember, if you're trying to match with women, what would a woman want to see actually? Not what do the boys tell you the girls want to see. Just add one photo of you smiling and a little bit more specificity in your prompts. You're golden. Follow for more.
You know, I always say online dating, it really is a video game in 2024. It really is. Especially for dudes. It's like you're applying for a job. Like you're sending your CV somewhere. That's how it is when you try and match with a girl on these apps. Maybe I'm a bit past the times, but I haven't been on a dating app in like 10 years. But I think the best thing to do is just look genuine. Don't look like an asshole or arrogant or cocky, whatever. Guys and girls. You know, nothing provocative as well. You know, if there's no provocative photos, that's a green flag. If someone is only taking selfies, we all know what's below the selfie. That's another red flag. But just looking genuine and sounding genuine, that's probably the best thing you could do on these apps. But who knows? To those guys who are on those dating apps today, you have to let me know what it's like out there in the battlefield.
Red flags in women that you should not ignore. 1,
Okay.
She tells you that all her exes are crazy or abusive. She's always the victim in her past relationship. The reason why it's a red flag is that she doesn't take responsibility of her own actions. She always blames it on someone else. 2, she gives you a lot of attention and validation and affection very early on. And why is this a red flag? It's because it's called love bombing and it's a manipulative technique that a lot of narcissists use. She tells you within a few weeks that she never felt like that before, that she loves you. 3, she gives you the silence treatment. Let's say she's upset at you. She's not going to talk to you for hours or even days. And why is this a red flag? It's because the communication is so important in a relationship.
Facts.
So if she doesn't communicate with you, how do you know what's going on? 4, she just got out of a relationship. She hasn't moved on. She needs time to heal. The reason why she's dating you is that she used you as a rebound. She's just trying to heal faster. 5, she's unappreciative. So let's say you do something for her, you cook for her, you pick her up. She never appreciates, she never say thank you. And the last one is that she seeks external validation, especially from other men. It can be either through the clothes she wears or the pictures she posts online.
Yep, no lies detected with this one. If I could shake this woman's hand, I would. She really did hit the nail on the head about a lot of things, especially like when you've just met a girl, you've even just started talking to a girl and she's sending you flipping Argos catalogue text messages saying like, oh, I think you're different, I really like you and all that. It's just too much. It's too much, especially the first time you get some privacy and she's all over you like a rash. It's just, it just, you know, some guys might like that, but me, it's just not a good sign, because it just shows it. I don't like things. Most guys, I'm not gonna say me, but most guys don't like, you know, girls to be too easy. They don't like girls to be easy. You know, it just shows some self-respect and morals when a girl's not like trying to pounce on you 24/7, like when you've just met her. And yeah, she's right about provocative photos online. You know, we've said it many times here on the channel. If she's posting those up on the gram, different places, that's a red flag.
I would hate for him to walk out and leave, and then there's my misconnection that could be my husband. So I recently gave up on dating completely because I feel like there's literally nothing for me out there. And I guess Match Group got wind of this because they actually invited me to participate in their connection experience. So I'm going to have a series where you guys will follow me throughout the months. I'm going to try to do in real life dating. I'm also going to do connections on the app. I put the series in the highlights so you guys can follow along. I really want to get through my story because there's a guy that I saw at this coffee shop. So I have been going to coffee shops trying to make a connection, and it's so
Okay.
funny because this is me. Do y'all remember this viral video where I said, do not go on coffee dates? And here I am. I'm going to coffee shops trying to find... We love a full circle moment. But anyways, there's this guy, gorgeous, light brown tousled hair, chiseled jawline, polished, looks like he smells delicious, didn't see a ring on his finger. So of course I asked the barista, come here often? Because I've never seen him. And she's like, no, we haven't seen him before. Like, I have to talk to him. I'm not the type of girl to go up to guys. So I'm like, what do I even say to this guy? So it's do or die. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna shoot myself.
Yeah, I mean, like she said, she's done a full circle by making a video saying coffee dates aren't it. Coffee dates are great. Low investment date. You can talk to someone human to human. I don't see the issue with them. And the fact she's saying, you know, if I see that guy, I'm going to hit on him again. You know, fair play, because most girls don't shoot their shot. If she's actually going to do it and she's telling the truth, then fair play, because more women need to do this, because there's a lot of guys who are interested in girls, but they just don't want to take the risk. They really don't want to take the risk. I don't know who rejected this girl in the past, but it definitely upset her. You know, she's making out guys to be like really desperate. The second they want a relationship, they just go for the first girl they can find. That is not true at all. Maybe for some guys, but there are guys, believe it or not, who have standards.
I hate being fucking married. I
Really?
long for the day to be single again. The only thing that's causing me to stay and stick it out is because I've been a housewife for 10 years. And to get back out there in the workforce with a mental illness, there's some fears that I have. But I literally do hate being married.
I bet paying bills is one of those fears.
So y'all know how I say that I always use my content to push my pain into purpose, make y'all laugh. A lot of this pain is connected to my marriage. A lot of it. I just try my hardest not to put it out there, and I'm still not going to go into detail. But just know that this shit is not fucking gold. And no matter how much I try, no matter what I do, at the end of the day, I still just want the fuck out. I want to be single. I know I can love myself better alone than anybody can love me with them. I love who I am, but I do not love who I am with this person. I hate being fucking married. And on my life, once this shit is over, I would never fucking get married again.
Look, she can say she's in an unhappy marriage and everything's going down the shitter, but look, she's still there. If it was that bad, you would leave, wouldn't you? Right? If it was that bad, you would leave. She doesn't want to pay bills. She doesn't want to get a job. She doesn't want to have responsibility. She likes him to do all that, so she ain't got to worry. And second to that, she's waiting for an exit. Maybe she's waiting for some legalities to get sorted, like a divorce, and she wants to know how much she's getting, because she isn't going to leave off the get-go. Girls plan their getaways for weeks, months, maybe even years. She's got a leaving fund somewhere, I can bet you that.
Me personally, I've never really cared to be the baddest. It's never been a goal of mine. I want to be the most healed, the most kind, the most loving, the most compassionate. You know, when someone meets me, I want their first impression to be, wow, she was so kind. She was so loving. I could really be myself around her. Like, those are the thoughts I want people to have. I could care less if I ran into people and they didn't think I was the baddest. Would it be flattering? Sure, but that's it. I really don't care.
Sounds like you do.
I've never cared. To be the baddest, that's not the real flex. The real flex is being healed, being loving, understanding, being financially free. Those are the things I want to accomplish. Being the baddest, it sounds good.
She's still going on about it.
I've never cared. I've never cared.
Y'all know what's going on. And so do I.
If anyone needed to feel better about themselves today, the last guy I was dating,
Okay.
like seriously dating, we were on the phone. We'd been dating for like 2 months at this point. We were on the phone, and at the end of the phone call, he goes, "Okay, love you. Bye." And I said, "Okay, bye," because I didn't know what to say. And then he immediately called me back. So I was like, "Oh, we're going to talk about this. We're going to get rid of the awkwardness." Like, that's good, because I was feeling real awkward. And he goes, "I did not mean what I just said. I actually like don't love you at all. Like, that was just like a word vomit that I like to say to my family members. And we've been talking a lot. And so now, like, you know, when I'm talking to you, I feel like I'm talking to a family member, but, I actually like don't love you like that." And I said, "Okay." And then we hung up and we never talked about it again.
Personally, I think he did mean it. He did say it, and he was hoping you would say it back. But because you didn't, he played it off like, I didn't mean to say that, and things like that. I think he meant it. But because she sort of rejected him, that's how he felt anyway. He just played it off as a joke because he didn't want to feel embarrassed. That's what I think happened.
Look, if you cannot stop thinking about someone, this video is for you. Like, if they're affecting your day-to-day life, like if you are constantly thinking about them to the point where it's like bugging you every moment of the day. And trust me, I've been there, I know what it feels like, and it fucking sucks, okay? So this is how you get rid of it. So you've probably heard of a self-concept, okay? But you've also probably wondered, like, what the fuck is a self-concept? A self-concept is your dream self, okay? Like, when you have a strong self-concept, you have a strong relationship with your dream self. So now that we know what that is, like, let's figure out what our dream self is. I want you to take a moment, okay? List out everything that your dream version of you has. Like, do they have an amazing car? Do they have a great boyfriend? What do they like? Like, what do they have going for them? Did they finish school? Do they have a gorgeous condo in downtown Toronto? Like, who are they? And I want you to list out every single feature of them. But now I want you to list out what you need to do to attain every single one of those features. Because once you develop a strong self-concept, once you have a strong relationship with yourself, then these guys ain't gonna be shit, okay? You are not gonna be thinking about this guy.
Bit of a long way to go, innit? Dream self, I'm just hearing waffle here. Yeah, it's good to think of what the person I want to be and the things I want to attain, yeah. But to get over someone, listen, get yourself a PS5, get a few games like Elden Ring, Ghost of Tsushima, some great single player games. Because I'll tell you, if you're grinding out a good game and you're having a laugh with the boys, the world could end tomorrow. You're going to forget about it and have a laugh. That's my 2 pence on the situation.
I believe there are many reasons why cishet marriages are on the decline. And I'm not going to talk about all of them. But one thing I do think that has become very present to most women and men is that marriage is a safety net for men. And it creates essentially a village around him to prop him up. And for women, it is a risk. Marriage comes with risk. And the reason I say that, and it's not always the case, there's obviously nuance, but when you get married to a man and tie up your finances with him and have children with him, you take on a level of risk. Because typically, women are the ones who leave the workforce to care for children. Women are the ones whose careers take a back seat to their male counterparts. Women are the ones who are left without financial security when they stay at home with their children. Women incur a risk. They also incur a risk to their mental health, their emotional health, right? When you marry a male partner and he expects you to prop him up and to support him, to carry the mental load, to do all the domestic labor, to prioritize his career, to bear children for him, then you are viewed as a tool to his success. And in like historical cishet relationships, it didn't flow both ways. I think there's tons of marriages where it does, and that's, you know, mine is one of them. But it's not common for everybody to have that type of dynamic, to have a partnership that truly does flow both ways, where you both have financial security, where you both have emotional security, where you both have ample opportunity and support.
This is feminism down to a T right here. I have never heard this ever, saying that the woman is at risk versus the guy at risk when marriage happens. What? Is she forgetting like the 70-80% of divorces are initiated by women, and they take 50% of that man's assets, the house, the kids, everything. She misses out that massive problem. There is not much benefit to getting married as a man. There isn't. That's the truth. Some people don't want to hear it, but it's true that there isn't much benefit other than, you know, your girlfriend will now be called your wife, and you wear rings, and commitment levels up. I get that. You know, I get why women want to get married as well. If they're having children with this guy and all this stuff, they're committing to this man, then I get why they want to get married. You know, especially if they're having children and things like that. Totally get it. But there is a lot of women out here who just get married because they want the lifetime membership. That is it. That's the truth. 70-80% of divorces are happening from women because of money. Nothing else, money. And it's women like her that don't want to acknowledge that.